Hey, this is Ready Dude, and you probably know how it goes. Try to beat Sonic Robo Blast 2 while collecting as few rings as possible. And today we're playing as Fang the Sniper. Fang can't roll or spin, but can bounce on his tail like a spring and can shoot things with a gun. A pop gun to be specific, but it's more funny if I just call it a gun. However, before we begin, unfortunately, even after this many episodes, we still have some corrections to make with previous characters. It started when I was playing as Amy in Green Flower Act 2, looking for some way to cut off the required rings in this stage. Then I noticed a spring in the water at the beginning. Using the tornado shield, if we then go back to the original route from the start of this series, carefully use this spring without collecting any rings, and use the tornado shield to hop on some trees, we can reach the end of this level without collecting any rings at all. This also works with Sonic, meaning that Sonic's final count, after all this time, is 29 rings. The amount of ways we've been able to cut down Sonic's run is nuts, but unless we can figure out Arid Canyon Act 1, it seems like this number will stay. But we aren't even done with the corrections, we still have one left. This only cuts down one ring, and Egg Rocked Act 1 as Amy. Before, we could only collect a minimum of 3 rings in order to enter this fence, but after trying a few more times, I was able to cut it down to 2, meaning that Amy's final count is 34 rings. That is still the highest ring count so far for a character. Alright, now that is finally over, let's get to Fangs Run. Green Flower Act 1, as usual, has no problems, just getting used to our character's abilities. And man, is bouncing around fun. Act 2 plays out the same as Sonic and Amy. Grab the tornado shield, use it to get on some trees and over this wall. I'm pretty sure the top path is available, that I never actually played as Fang before, and I didn't realize that breakable floors can be smashed with the tail bounce, so I just took the bottom path. And thanks to the tornado shield, that worked out just fine. The boss doesn't matter, so we just shoot that guy! Techno Hill Act 1 has us taking the top path because it's easier, but if you fall down, then don't worry, just bounce back up. And who needs tornado shields when you can just bounce, the solution to everything? Same for Act 2, just keep on bouncing. I would recommend a flaming bubble shield in order to get him to this wall. You know, there's no way those are the real shield names. Let me actually look them up. Alright, so the flaming bubble shield is called an elemental shield, which is a better name, so I'm gonna start calling it that. And the boss doesn't matter, so we just shoot that guy! Deep Sea Act 1 isn't a problem, especially with an elemental shield. In Act 2, get off the slide as quickly as possible and take the route that avoids water as long as possible, including bouncing over a large gap. I don't like water. Unfortunately, we don't have a choice but to get in the water, but not for too long, and we eventually beat the level. The boss doesn't matter, so we just shoot that guy! Don't like Castle Eggman Act 1? I mean, I do, but if you want to skip a good chunk, grab the Force Shield, that's the official name. Not for any reason, but why not take it? Bounce on this very thin fence and use this launching thing, and then this launching thing, I'm not going to look up any more names, to get to the top of these towers. Nothing else of note. Act 2 just has us taking the same path as every other character. Not that I don't think the other paths are possible, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? The boss doesn't matter, so we just shoot that guy! Here comes the bane of my existence, Arid Canyon Zone. Not because it's bad, but because it took me about an hour to figure this out. Alright, carefully bounce between these cacti, break this floor, finally figured out you could do that, bounce up here, jump down here, go right, grab a tornado shield, actually called a whirlwind shield, go this way, don't really know how to describe it, take the left path, use a tail bounce to barely use this whirlwind without collecting any rings, and use this spring, unfortunately collecting 4 rings are first in this video. Break this pole by bouncing into it and get past these, okay, what are these things called? Oh, they're rope pulleys. How did I not think of that? It's like pretty obvious. For Act 2, take this path, I don't know what to call it, jump down here, bounce on these springs to get up here, and then get back to the same route as the other characters. Then follow the same path as everyone else. Grab a whirlwind shield, jump over here, go up here, and eventually get to the minecart section, making sure to grab a force shield beforehand, and with it collect only 9 rings before skipping some of the track with a precise jump, bringing our total to 13 rings. The boss is a hologram version of ourselves since we would normally be fighting Fang here, which is a nice touch, but he doesn't matter, so we just shoot that guy! Red Volcano is easy, but you might want a whirlwind shield in order to get on top of this specific ball and roll it out of these rings. That's it. This one act zone has no other major issues. Now for Egg Rock. Due to our inability to roll, we can't take the right path in Act 1. meaning that we have to go the other way, which includes 6 rings in a vent, 2 rings to hop into another vent, and another 3 rings from said vent, bringing our total to 24. We skip back to starting room thanks to a tail bounce, take the right path, and collect 9 rings in a vent to bring our total to 33 before reaching the disappearing platforms room. Yay! I hope you like pain. In Black Core Act 1, we can use the insane momentum from our tail bounce to speed past Metal Sonic in the race. You don't even have to wait for Metal to break the spikes and open up a path. Just use a tail bounce to go around it. Since bosses don't matter, can you guess what we do? Can you guess? I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. Can you guess what we do? That's right. We shoot Metal, we shoot Robotnik, we shoot everyone! Ah! Sorry guys, got a little carried away there. Well, that is the end of the game, and our final count is 33 rings. That's only one less than Amy, which makes sense. They both have the same weakness of not being able to roll, meaning that they take the same routes, and the only difference between them was a single ring at the start of Fang Rock Act 2. If you want to play this fan game yourself, you can download it for free at srb2.org. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos. Up next is the final character in this game, Metal Sonic. Goodbye, peoples!